everybody! Today we are going to be probability detectives using markers. Now, in this cup, I am going to put 5 red markers, 4 blue markers, 2 green, and 1 yellow marker. And in total, that means we have 12 markers in the container. We will practice predicting what colors are most likely to pick if we randomly draw a color out of this cup. Each time we pick a color, we will not put it back. This is called without replacement. That means that the sample, or the number of crayons, and the chances of getting a certain color will change every time we draw because there are fewer markers in the cup every time. Okay, so now let's move on to doing a couple practice problems. That way we can see how this process works. The question reads, what is the probability of picking a red marker first and then picking another red marker second without replacement? Now, as in a reminder, the probability is the chance of picking a red marker, and without replacement means after we draw one of the red markers, we will not put it back. So that means that our total number will change. The first step in doing this is figuring out what the probability of picking a red crayon first is. We know that we have 5 red crayons in this cup. So there's 5 red crayons in this cup and 12 in total. So that means that we have a 5/12 probability of picking a red marker first. So now that we have figured out what the probability of picking a red marker first is, which is 5/12, now we can remove that first red marker, fully taking it out and putting it to the side. Now, let's count. We have 4 red markers, 4 blue markers, 2 green, and 1 yellow. That means that we have 11 markers now in the sample. So that means that our bottom number of our fraction is not 12 anymore, but it's 11 now. And now we need to figure out how many red markers there are in this sample. So, if we count, we pick out all of the red markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 red markers left. That means that we have 4/11ths chance of getting a red marker second. Okay, so that's great. Now that we know that we have a 5/12ths chance of picking the red marker first, and then a 4/11ths chance of getting the red marker second, we now have to multiply both of these probabilities. So, if we multiply both of these probabilities, we actually end up getting 132/20ths. But that number is absolutely huge. So we have to ask ourselves, can we simplify this big number? Yes, we can. So if we end up simplifying this big number, we can make it to go to 5/33. So now that we've done all of the steps, that means that we have reached our final answer and conclusion. So that means we have done all the calculations, and the probability of picking 2 red markers in a row without replacement is 5/33. All right, guys, we did a great job figuring out the probability of getting 2 red markers. Now that we figured it out, we can reset our sample, which makes our total 12 again, for our next problem. Now, our next problem is a little different than our first one was. The first one, we had 2 of the same color, but now we're going to figure out the probability of getting 2 different colors. One color first, then a second color. So the question for this one states, what is the probability of picking a blue marker, then picking a green marker second without replacement? So first, we need to figure out the probability of picking a blue marker first. Now, in here, we have, let's see. 12. So that means that our total is 12. So now we need to figure out how many blue markers there are. So we'll put them all back. Now we're only counting the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not red. 4. That means that we only have 4 blue markers. So 4 out of the 12 are blue. So that means we have 4/12 probability of picking a blue marker first. So since we picked a blue marker first, we have to remove 1, which changes our total. So now we have to figure out what numbers changed in our sample. So let's count. 11. So our new sample number is 11. Okay, so now we need to figure out what the probability of picking a green crayon second is. So since we know our new sample is 11, now we just need to figure out how many of those 11 are green. So we put them all back and now count just the green. 1, 2. So since we only have 2 green markers, that means that 2 out of the 11 are green. So that means that we have 4/12 probability of getting blue first and 2/11 probability of getting green first. So now that we have 2 green markers, that means that we have 2/11 chance of getting green second. So we have 4/12 chance of getting blue first and 2/11 chance of getting green second. Now, to find the probability of getting blue first, then green second, we have to multiply the probabilities. So, since we have 4/12 times 2/11, that ends up coming out to 2. Now, this is a big number, so we need to ask ourselves, can we simplify? And the answer is yes. Yes, we can. So if we simplify our numbers, our total comes out to 2/33. So now that we have done all of the calculations, the probability of picking blue first, then green without replacement is 2/33. All right, guys, we are going to do one final practice problem together. So I'm going to put our blue marker back, making our total 12 again. And we are going to practice finding probability without replacement, but with different colors this time. So our question is, what is the probability of picking a yellow marker, then picking a blue marker second without replacement? So, first things first, we need to find the probability of getting a yellow marker first. So, we need to find our sample size.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
12. So, now that we know that our sample size is 12, we now need to find out how many of those 12 are yellow. So we're going to put them all back and only count the yellow, which is 1. So we know that 1 out of our 12 are yellow. Now, second, we need to take out our yellow. And now we need to figure out how our numbers have changed. So, with yellow out, that means we have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11. So that means our new sample size is 11. Now we need to figure out how many of those 11 are blue. So we're going to put them all back and count the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that 4 out of our 11 are blue. So now to figure out what the probability of getting yellow first, then blue is, we need to multiply them. So if we multiply 1/12 by 4/11ths, we end up coming out to 132. Now, that is again a big number. So we need to ask ourselves, can we simplify? Yes, we can. So if we end up simplifying, we can simplify it out to 1/33. Now that we have done all of our calculations, the probability of picking a yellow marker first, then blue without replacement is 1/33. All right, guys, we did a great job working together to be probability detectives. Now, let's see who can tell me what without replacement means. Yes, it means taking the selected out and not putting them back. This causes the totals and the probabilities to change every single time we draw. Now that we've done some practice problems together, it's your turn to be the detectives, all on your own. You will now work together in pairs to find the probability of getting certain colors when drawing without replacement.